Right?
What on earth was that?
Oh my god! When I do the show with Ben, I'm constantly making faces at him and doing the most ridiculous things.
He's trying to
Last
throw him
podcast,
off.
I kept doing threes. Yeah, because he did it to me, and so I kept like putting threes everywhere and stuff. So now whenever I'm in front of a camera, I make the most ridiculous faces just out of habit. So
Nice.
everybody gets to see me go, ah! Just because.
Right. Double check the main page.
The good news is, I'm drinking as we're podcasting. I did not drink while writing show notes.
Yeah, that's
there's
awesome.
video.
I like how my
We have
emails are
video.
very slowly affecting, the people who sign up. It's like, hey, dude, emailing you. You haven't been on the show in a while. And then Michaela sends me a note going, we don't have a guest. I guess we're not having a show. And then they post, yeah, I'll show up because Eludra's poking me.
We have the 15th. And I asked Valerius because he wanted to come in and talk board games if he wanted the 22nd or 29th.
Great. I have somebody else who also loves board games, so let's see if we can make it a show.
Yeah. Would that be Mewcow? Because that would be amazing.
No. It's actually a completely different person who I met at BlizzCon. So
perfect. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, they can hear us.
Because there's another AIE guy that Scott's daughter even did artwork for his show, and they do podcast. They do a beer and boards podcast.
That's Valerius.
Yeah.
He's the one that we're gonna have come on and talk board games. Yeah, sweet guy. He was on for our craft fair show.
Every year he runs with me at
Hunt on as well.
He's my running
yes. So if you guys hit the workout room, I'll go, but still none of this running thing, okay?
She doesn't run.
Well, you can run downhill and we'll get you right back up.
Okay.
There you go.
All either up or down. There is no flat in their tech.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
You guys are crazy. That's all I gotta say. Is I can barely breathe in Nerdtacular, and you guys are all running.
Try walking in a corset uphill to get your makeup on you.
You know what?
That's why we found out what the fainting couch was for.
I'm grateful for that, but
That's amazing.
Next time, don't lace yourself so dang tight. I mean,
it's a corset.
You're not supposed to be able to breathe. All right.
You're supposed to be able to breathe a little, but yeah, you're insane for that. And
right,
fainting
but breathe
couch.
a little with 10,000
yeah, I know.
elevation.
Plus her little lungs.
Exactly.
Fainting couch. All right, let's do this thing.
No, I want to talk more cosplay.
Dude, yes. I just got my second corset in for Snow White.
I got my
We'll save that for AIE After Dark.
Hosts in corsets, including Tetsini. Anyways.
And we've broken Eludra.
That was the coolest thing ever. Okay, so I'll do this. So in 3, 2, on this episode of the AIE podcast,
We need your feedback on the new website.
Star Trek remembers Spock.
there is official craft fair information.
We have a brand new question of the week.
Seema and Max are here to talk about AIE in Star Wars: The Old Republic.
All that and more coming up right now. I'll do this. So in 3, 2, on this episode of the AIE podcast,
bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE podcast.
Official, that is right, official craft fair. Is somebody watching the video? Brand question of the week.
Seema, do you have the video up?
Is the video like running somewhere?
Wait, what?
Should we try that over?
We can start it over.
Start that over.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. That was brilliant. I love the gallery of confused faces that was going on during all that. It was so brilliant. Everybody's like looking around like, why is Eludra still talking?
I was just...
See,
Yeah,
This is what happens
noticed
when I
anything was wrong.
don't. This is what happens when I don't wear lipstick to a podcast, people.
Never give the
All right.
power of the lipstick to the crazy one.
All right, you ready?
We're gonna start that over again, okay?
Guys, we love you. That was awesome. I love.
Thank you.
Everybody
Okay.
was looking around and going through their pictures.
All right, so that was a chat room exclusive. We're gonna start this over again.
I just lost my mouse. I was laughing too hard.
I shit you not, guys. I'm gonna go put lipstick on right now. No? Okay, fine.
I found it.
All right.
Oh my god, that was so. Oh man. All right, so let's do this again. So in 3, 2, on this episode of the AIE podcast,
We need your feedback on the new website.
Star Trek remembers Spock.
there is an official I'm sorry, somebody inhaled right in my ear. What are you supposed to do with that? All right, I'm gonna do this one more time.
We're gonna start this over again, right?
Right? All I hear is
I've either had too much or not enough to drink. All right, go.
on this episode of the AIE podcast.
We need your feedback on the new website.
Star Trek remembers Spock.
There's official craft fair information.
We have a brand new question of the week.
And Seema and Max are here to talk about AIE and Star Wars The Old Republic.
All that and more coming up right now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
All right, so welcome to episode number 227 of the podcast celebrating the Alea Iacta S gaming community. This is Aludra, the Die Has Been podcast, and to my left is Michaela.
Hey guys, there's a strawberry strata over there in the guild kitchen.
Ooh, that sounds like clouds. And to the right, over there, cleaning up this mess that we've made, we have Datsemi!
You're not supposed to look down the barrel of a lightsaber, right?
Probably not, dear.
This week we are joined by special guests Sema and Max, who are here to talk about AIE and SWTOR. Welcome, guests on this roller coaster of a podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, we will be digging into SWTOR shortly, but first, I am going to ask Michaela what she's been up to.
About 4'10", 5'1" of my favorite heels. Anyways, right? So I've not been in game a ton. However, it was a very AIE-centric week because we have a guildie who is in town from Australia, Shimmeridge. And yes, she's awesome, by the way. Kinney and I actually met her for drinks on Tuesday, which was a very good time. We could have sat there for about 2 more hours and chatted. I think we were there for a good 3 hours as it was. And then Wednesday, we did a huge meetup over at one of our favorite joints, Chino Banditos, which is usually the unofficial AIE meetup site. Evidently, Phoenix AIE has grown because we had the back room full of people, and I only knew a few of them.
Well, yeah, and babies.
There were a lot of babies, yes. A ton of kids. Of course, the brand new one, Aria Rose. But yeah, there were a ton of people, a bunch of adorable little AIE babies. Had a really good time. Really good, AIE day or evening. And Thursday we did really great at Raid. We took on 6 boxes. We didn't wipe once, except for the fact that, you know how we take that break halfway through raid?
Mm-hmm.
She took an extended break.
Yeah. Like, I'm just gonna lay down on this couch right here.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
We actually... I used to have a raid member who used to do that all the time. And so I'm like, oh, okay, somebody went down for a nap. No big deal.
It's worse when it's in the middle of a boss fight, so at least it wasn't that.
I woke up to the sound of, getting it from 2 computers. I had, Tets going, giving raid warnings and all that, doing the tank stuff. I had Vikella, our roommate, in the next computer over because she had died during the battle, telling people how to, who need to get out of the fire for the Texas fight. So, yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, she wakes up going, oh, I'm supposed to be fighting that.
Yeah, I hear, Ro, Gerp, get out of the fire. I'm like, oh my god, wait, what? So, that was my weekend game. Had fun, visited people, and slept through Texas.
Mm.
Oh,
Wow,
if only sleep through that fight.
Yeah, if only we
it's
all
bad.
had that luxury, right?
Right? So, Ted, what have you been doing in or out of game?
I have been annoyed by Harrison Jones because he's had the same quest 3 days in a row. So they added Harrison Jones in the most recent patch. They added daily quest givers to your garrison, and you can get a raid NPC, you can get a dungeon NPC, you can get a world boss NPC, you can get a crafting NPC, or you can get Harrison Jones, who does archaeology, and he sends you out and says, go do this archaeology quest and return, the item to your garrison. And I need 2 more. Two more. And he's had the same quest for 3 days. So,
and is it the same as the crafting where every version of Harrison Jones will have the same quest? That is so messed up. I mean, come on.
Well, I know why they did it, especially for the crafting, so you weren't trying to jump to 1,000 garrisons, but they didn't want people like day one going, okay, who's got the final Harrison Jones quest I need? Okay, I got all 6 done, now what? I understand that, but they knew once they had the traders repeat and everyone complained, now they've got the traders on a schedule, so it's going to go from, fur that 1 day to leather to the arcane dust to, whatever. There's a set schedule, so it's nice. But with, it's Harrison Jones is like the Apexis dailies. You can get a bad run and get the same Apexis daily 4 days in a row, and you're like, okay, I'm tired of dealing with these orcs in this outpost. Haven't we cleared them out enough?
Shouldn't we have killed them all? I mean, geez. That's a lot of orcs we've killed in these outposts. There should be, no orcs there. It should be haunted orc territory. There should be legends that the ground swallows these orcs up. But no.
Yeah, kind of like Admiral, my brain just locked up. Over in Gorgron.
Oh.
No.
I was thinking Akbar too.
Wrong game. Yeah, I know.
Akbar.
Yeah, but
always.
But no, I was impressed. We did 5 normal bosses, 1 heroic boss, no wipes, even with an accidental pull on the last boss when we were tired and somebody set off the last boss. We're like, okay, we're gonna go for it. And
it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. I actually think it was
probably me because I was sleeping. We've determined this.
No, it was because it was twins where they spawned. It was one of the tanks. It was either Al or myself, so it's not a big deal. But we picked it up and we ran with it, so it was all good.
Can we blame you since he's in the chat room?
No.
Oh, dang it. Fine.
He would have been in the general area, but he finally remembered, I think on the second boss, that he was no longer a tank for this week and was doing fine.
Got it.
Yeah. Well, it's everybody else's fault for switching his roles around,
That's right.
We're blaming Al. Got it. All right. I like it. I like this plan.
All right. And just since I knew we were going to have Seema and Max on, I did pop into SWTOR and try and figure out where my characters were, and I logged into the Republic side because I still have not finished getting my trooper to max level. It would have been, level 50, I think, was max level when it launched, and now it's up to 55 or 60, but they're still, under that level. So I finished the main storyline, but I was going around, and I think I'm on Alderaan for some reason, trying to figure out what I need to do.
Probably for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's exactly
Wow,
it.
nice.
Looking for love in Alderaan places.
Yeah.
All right. So, Seema, what have you been up to in or out of game?
Well, let's see. Astronomically, it won't be spring yet for another couple of weeks, but
Think for
meteorologically,
yourself.
it's spring already, has been for 8 days. And the one sure sign of spring here where I live is the 8-foot snow drifts on either side of my driveway. So
Oh my.
interacting with snow is a big part of life here. But inside the house, it's totally spring because I got bit this weekend by the spring cleaning bug. So I've taken everything out of the cabinets in my kitchen, but I haven't put it all back yet. So looks like a hurricane's been through here.
So Hurricane Seema.
Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing after this is finding rooms to put everything back again.
Gotcha. So
Nice.
it's Hoth outside and Alderaan inside. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, too soon, babe. Too soon.
I didn't even think of it that way. Good catch.
Rebel sympathizer since 1977. All I gotta say.
And we have pictures to prove it.
Shut up.
All right, and what about you, Max? What have you been up to lately?
Well, all the usual fun stuff.
It looks like you've been traveling.
A bit, yeah.
I'm here on Nar Shaddaa, so that's
Crazy
I'm
cool.
with that as far as that goes. Doing some usual running. I'm up to like 440 days straight, never missing a day.
God.
Awesome.
I'm keeping that up. I've got a garrison, so I've got a druid at level 100 and another druid at level 97. So I just all druids.
Impressive.
So
My brother
I,
druid and my other brother druid.
Right?
I am
exactly.
I'm not up to speed on all the Harrison Jones stuff, and I do log in and do some. I call them crew missions.
Yeah. They are crew
course you do.
missions. They completely stole this from Star Wars in a good way.
And then just all the good Star Wars stuff, and we'll talk about a ton of that. We've got guild events a couple nights a week, and those have been fun, and some streaming. So that's what this strange setup is.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Keep
That's a
correcting
great
myself
shot
on-
of. You said that's
Yes.
Yavin, right?
Yeah, it's Nar Shaddaa behind me, and this is the new planet, Yavin. Yeah.
I
Yavin
love the
4.
architecture on that.
Moon or whatever it is. Yeah, this is real nice. Maybe I'll show off the other one too. I'll go to Rishi. Rishi is very cool. It's a pirate village. So we'll show that too.
Ooh, yar, me matey. All right, and just in case anybody was wondering,
What are you
I've
doing,
gotten
gorgeous?
85 pets to level 25. I love the new system. It is awesome. Everybody can really pick it up, and it's funny because people are like, don't I need a pet to use that pet battle stone that now puts your pet up to 25? Don't I need a 25 already? The answer to that is no.
No.
You
Maybe I'll pick up pet battling.
Yeah, and you get one for every level 100, and I think level 3 garrison, though I'm not entirely 100% on the level 3 part.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm experimenting with my hunter, leveling her, but not putting her garrison to level 3 to see if I can get the menagerie stone to pop up.
Yeah, because
but
it
it's
opens
slow
at 98, right?
What?
The menagerie opens at 98, so you should be able to
I
get it
think.
at 98. Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. So, but people are like letting me know that they've got like a dozen pet battle stones, and it's like, oh my god,
wow.
really nice. Jeez. If you want a short list of pets to level to 100, it's Anubis Idol, and then you want to go for your Anubis Idol, and
Why?
then yeah.
Oh, wait, I'll listen
Anubis
to
is
the episode.
idle?
No, and then your Chrominius, and then something like a Dark Moon Tonk or your Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. Those are really good. That's like a really good starter set that are fantastic for most bosses out there. So there you go.
I will talk to you later. I do not like the Anubisith idol at all.
Really? You don't like something that can sandstorm, and then nothing hits him, and then he does his mega punch and heals himself, and then he has a move that is like crack a pow, nothing can hit me?
No, because he misses all the time with that Crack-a-Pow.
Crack-a-Pow,
They say
nothing
it's
can
a-
hit me, or Crack-a-Pow mechanical punch? You need to be using
the one that says 50% it can do 600 damage and it misses 100% of the time.
I think you're using the wrong ability. So yeah, we'll look up about
We'll
that.
talk.
You guys should chat.
Yes, definitely. In case you guys really want an in-depth thing, yeah, I'm totally gonna do this here. Listen
Go for
to
it.
this week's Battle Pets. I kind of get really, really babbly. It's an extra long show because poor Ben could not rein me in. It was like it's at least twice as long as it should be, at least. And we were recording for about 2.5 hours. Poor guy. Big props to Ben. He's the hero.
Did Praxis feed you caramels beforehand?
No, I was good and did not eat my caramel eggs until raid time.
Oh,
that would
which is why
explain raid time.
you
Okay.
didn't fall asleep and I did.
Yes,
Yeah.
I ate all the sugar. But enough about our super fun babblings and awesome happy times. Let's move on to the news to see what the community has been up to.
Awesome.
I love our theme song.
I know. I'm sorry.
AIE
Fix it and edit. It's the way the show's going.
Yeah.
All right. Cav has been hard at work on the AIE website, and it looks great, with lots of great functionality, including Guildie of the Month Spotlight, easy links to the forums, use the forums, Mumble information, the meetup site, and so much more. He's looking for feedback from the wonderful AIE members. There's a link in the forums and in the show notes. Please take a look and let Cav know your thoughts on what you like, what you don't like, and what you think needs to be added. If you are a member of AIE for any time, you know about the epic event that is Nerdtacular. This annual event is taking place at the Snowbird Resort from July 30th to August 1st, and tickets are quickly selling out. And I think Scott said on the instance yesterday that there's just a few left.
I double-checked with them a few minutes ago. They are still some left.
All right. And there is more information at nerdtacular.com. There are tons of conversations going on in the Nerdtacular section of the Frog Pants forums, use the forums, including ride and room coordination, plans to go out to the movies, and more. And I'm going to mangle this name, so I'm going to try it. All right, Pandanzereg. Pandazerg. Why was I adding extra syllables in? Pandazerg was kind enough to share this great information. Now through the 15th, Star Citizen Arena Commander is free to try. Anyone who's been curious to try out Star Citizen but have been holding out on shelling out money, here's your chance to jump into the cockpit and take it for a spin. Head on over to the Imperium Ludi section of the forums for a link to the website and use the promo code to try this beautiful game.
All right, and Star Trek Online. As you know, on February 27th, the science fiction community lost everyone's favorite honorary geek grandfather, Leonard Nimoy. To remember this great man and his many contributions to Star Trek and geekdom, STO has set up 2 permanent in-game memorials. And not only are they honoring Mr. Nimoy, but other Star Trek members who have passed. Sybil did mention in the chat room that she's been going around to take a look at these memorials. So I think it's just a gorgeous thing for them to do. It's something that really touched everybody. I know that day the news broke and there was a lot of chat via Twitter, Facebook, and in my office. So it was a great thing that they did that. We have, guess what, guys? Craft Fair is coming up, and wow, we have official dates. Saturday, September 25th, 4 to 7 server time, and Sunday, did I say September? Wow.
You did.
I meant April 25th, 4 to 7 server time, and Sunday, April 26th, 2 to 5 server time. Want to know where to send materials, how to sign up, how to participate in the raffle? There's lots of information on the forums and soon to be on the AIE Wiki. And as we well know, what's a craft fair without a coop? Second-in-command Grimcow is taking over for Alakaz, who has a lot of newborn aggro right now. Coop is tentatively planned for the evening of the 25th, that's Saturday. Keep an eye on the forums for any sign-up information and more. Also, were you cool enough to get a selfie stick in patch 6.1?
ouch, Michaela.
Yes.
Just ouch.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We could
Yeah,
take a
Luger
selfie
doesn't
together.
get a selfie cam.
Can we can take one today with my selfie cam?
Yay.
Okay, cool. And I'll post it on the forums because Grey Knight has started a awesome thread to share pictures of your tune all around Azeroth.
All right, so let's get in some news that has just come in from PAX East. Yeah!
Huge news.
Big news! Just announced at PAX East Final Fantasy XIV, a game I miss very, very much, and I'm very sad I'm not in. Heavensward finally has a release date. It is June 23rd. The crew from Final Fantasy should be joining us next week so we can get all of the details on the new content that we can expect this summer that Eludra gets to miss out on.
Yay!
No, but seriously, it's a fun game. Check it out if you get the chance. Also, just announced is the newest Hearthstone expansion, the Black Rock Mountain. It will finally be available for pre-order on March 19th. Launches in April, and I believe you cannot pre-order with gold. What?
Correct.
Is that
Ro answered that
about?
question, and you can pre-order with money, but not gold.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, so unfair. Ugh. It's just a little mean because the people who have like the most gold are typically the ones playing all the time and stockpiling it for stuff like this. So but there's no saying you can't buy it with gold. You just can't pre-order it. Okay, so a new hero has debuted at PAX East, Sylvanas for Heroes of the Storm. You know her, you love her, you will obey her in this life or the next.
Yes, ma'am.
It is awesome. She plays as either an assassin or warrior. Either way, she will command your attention. Or you will find yourself dead on the floor back at your base, and she's not going to be the kind benevolent ruler you think to res you for, you know, how dare you freaking go against her. So, yeah, you got
She's Sylvanas. There's no expecting kindness. Love her, but
fear her as well. All right, so, and big news, beta is coming in fall 2015, and 2 new characters were announced for Overwatch. McCree is a gunslinging cowboy that echoes right out of your favorite spaghetti western. Oh yeah, looks cool. And Zyra is a former world champion weightlifter turned hero. Yes, she's the tank, and she's Tetsemi's new favorite character because tank and those guns. Really, you made me say that? Okay.
I did.
he wrote that too.
Seriously, we are really excited about these characters. Job well done, Blizzard, but extra praise for the non-typical body type and just how cool these characters are looking. They all look so playable and everything. I'm loving them so much.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm. All right, so with that happy, exciting news, let's focus on Summon Max and find out what's going on SWOTOR to keep us busy until these new games come out.
Hey guys, well, thanks for the invite. It's always fun to jump on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We
Thank you for coming on.
You guys. You're the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's see. We've got a little bit about the guild we could talk about, and we got a little bit about the game we can talk about. I figure we should
both.
Yeah, we should start with the guild. That's the most fun right now. We've got about 99 or 100 active accounts right now, and over 300. And that's just on the Imperial side. So I know we've got. We've got. Most of us have characters on both sides, though. So that's one of the fun things about Star Wars is we do try to do that. It's challenging, but it's been working.
Awesome.
We've got operations team on both the Republic side and a few on the Imperial side, and we've got a couple standing guild events that we have every week. So we've got Saturday is Galactic Starfighter, and so I'll talk about that one first, and then maybe Seema wants to talk about Mandatory Fun Night.
I love the name of that, though.
Attendance is not mandatory.
You will have fun.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. Attendance is not mandatory, but the fun is mandatory. So that's how it works. So yeah, we've been flying Galactic Starfighter. So one of our Canadian officers from Quebec, Sten, is our squadron leader. And every Saturday night, he gets anyone in the guild that wants to form up into squads. We go out and we fly our various ships. In fact, I can show off some of the ships we've got.
Oh yes.
There's a whole interface to a hangar interface to keep all your different ships and upgrade them, and then we fly as a group and go on. It's all head-to-head sort of PvP type of flying is how Galactic Starfighter.
You don't have to have any experience or have your ship all geared out or anything like that to join in. So.
Yeah, not at all.
Oh, great.
And it doesn't have to do anything to do with character level, so you can get in at level 1 and just start flying a ship right out of the gate. So that is very cool and fun. And then, on Tuesdays we have some more fun.
Yes, Tuesday night, as Max says, our mandatory fun night, which is kind of an open operations night, which is what we call raids. And we do a mix of old content. Sometimes we're going back for achievements, but we kind of go by the level of the people that show up because we don't require everyone to be level 60. But it is a fun night. We're not a progression group on that night. Max typically gives a little background. If we're in a particular instance, he'll tell the story of the instance as we go through, and people get to try out classes that they don't normally play, and it's mandatorily fun. It's one of my favorite nights of the week, actually.
You will have fun or else.
Yeah.
Yes.
we definitely keep it casual. We do some of the previous content which we all been all have fun going back and visiting. And because we're keeping it casual and we're doing some of the story modes, it's meant to get people in that have never seen it before or under geared or have are trying to level up a new character, and so it's all fun.
And it's a good chance to play with people that you haven't played with before, because like our ops team, we've been playing together for 2 or 3 years, and you spend a couple of nights a week doing progression, beating your head against that boss that just won't go down, and then Tuesday it's just really fun.
Yeah. We have
awesome.
those. We do that. It's a Saturday night fun run. It's like, okay, what do you want to go do? Let's go to ICC. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and that can be so fun. So we have a new system, which makes it even more fun. We have a new system in Star Wars that I don't know if everyone's aware of, which is sort of like our version of garrisons, which is your stronghold. You can see I'm in my Tatooine stronghold here, and there's an editing mode where you can place various objects and decorations. So all of these things that I have placed here on my balcony in Tatooine are all decorations. Well, in all of these old operations that we go in and go after, some of the old content, they all drop fancy decorations that you can only get by going back and doing them. So in addition to going off and doing content that we haven't done before, even though the gear is not useful to us, all of the decorations that drop, or the mounts, or the pets, and all that kind of stuff, that's fun for everybody, and we all get that stuff too. So there's even rewards. It's
very cool.
That is awesome. That is so cool. You guys always want to make me freaking jump into the game immediately.
Yes.
And then I'm like,
But that's what you pay us for, right?
That is so what we pay for. You guys get the big bucks for the advertising. You do.
We're gonna give. Can we give him a raise?
Yeah,
I'm thinking like a 10% raise. Let's see.
That would be
10% to 0 is. Yep, still nothing.
Oh my God! Now they're making what I'm making as the most senior member of this podcast. That is inexcusable. I demand a raise as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Awesome.
done and done.
Anyway, back to you guys. Sorry, tangent. It happens.
Let's see. If you do want to connect up, we're in Mumble a whole bunch. So
yeah, you are. I always see you guys even in my crazy hours. I always see people in SWTOR hanging out and having fun, and that is always so great to see.
So that's one thing we are happy about. We've got a good crew that's in Mumble on a regular basis. We've also started some streams. We've got I'm streaming on newoverlords.com or twitch.tv/newoverlords, and Spherix, another one of our guildies, is streaming. And what we're doing mostly is our guild ops nights. So I'm on an ops team, Spherix is on one of my ops teams and another one, and our mandatory fun night. We like to stream those now mostly so that other guildies can ride along. Because again, there's people that can't be on a team, and it gives them a chance to sort of ride along and listen in and hear what we're doing and see the new content if they're if it's stuff they're not going to get to see anyway.
It's the peanut gallery that I always wanted.
Yeah.
Yay, peanuts! At least they're tasty.
It's like your own Greek chorus.
Yeah. So that's been excellent. It's only been a few weeks now that we've been doing it. There's a few of us. Twitch.tv/Spheric SWOTOR, The Corley, and New Overlords is mine. So those are fun. We'll do it.
Awesome.
I mean, it's going at least 3 to 4 nights a week now. We're doing some guild thing on the
Cool.
stream.
And we've got those in the show notes, so we'll make sure those go up on the website when we post the show notes, so you can link to them easy.
And speaking of, I see Corley is actually in our chat room right now.
Yes.
Hey,
Yay.
Corley. Awesome job on the streaming.
And Seema, I don't know if there's some other thing that we do.
What is it you do?
That, you know,
You said
the
doo-doo.
Solar Escape podcast. We've been running 80 weeks now. 80.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Wow!
And
That's
it's not
outstanding.
a single week. We've run rain or shine every week.
Every Tuesday. Never
Well,
missed.
does it really rain that hard in the raids that you might have to call it for rain in the raid? Because I'd actually love to see dynamic weather in a raid like that, you know?
There is dynamic weather in a podcast, depending on where you're at.
There's a sandstorm in Scum.
Oh. Oh, somebody brought their Anubis idol. Look at that, Tits.
No,
Bringing
you
it
gotta go to
back.
Minecraft for the weather. Sorry.
Oh.
But if you're interested in the podcast, you can find it on iTunes, or it's Max always posts it on his site too at newoverlords.com.
Yeah,
Yes, and listen, because it's good.
And
there's also you have an ongoing forum thread, if I'm not mistaken, for the podcast where you get feedback as well. Use the forums.
Yeah.
That's right. The AIE forums, the SWTOR section.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it goes on Google Plus, AIE SWTOR, and on Facebook, AIE SWTOR, and on Twitter.
And Reddit.
and Reddit.
It's posted everywhere.
I've got a
that
whole checklist.
podcast. Yeah.
Yep.
It takes me like 2 hours just to post it.
Oh my goodness, really?
It's like an hour to record, half hour to edit, and then, yeah.
2 hours
So-
to post, yeah.
So you play all the games and you post to all the sites.
Yep.
right.
Yeah, well, we get it out there.
New things
it's-
we've learned about Max.
It's fun. The SWTOR community and all the podcasters and the community sites are all very. We're all a bunch of friends. We all talk to each other on a regular
It's a
basis.
very supportive group of podcasters.
Yeah. Seema and I were hanging out in the chat room with one of the big podcasters from the biggest AIE SWTOR podcast just a couple nights ago. He was a really nice guy. It's really just it's fun. It's a great community. It's a great thing to be part of.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about game news, Seema? What do we?
Well, let's see. Just recently, BioWare announced a new promotion called Choose Your Path, which basically is will allow, if you've been a subscriber as of March 29th, which is coming out now in 3 weeks or so, you get a black purple striated color crystal, which
Ooh.
is a new type of color crystal that would go in your lightsaber or in your laser rifle.
Nice.
It comes in all flavors: crit, endurance, expertise, and power. And if you're a
Great.
former subscriber coming back, you also get 7 days of free access. So if you resub by March 29th. And there's a new story pack too, which basically what they did is they bundled for one price the first download story that we had, which was Rise of the Heart Cartel, and then this current one, which is Shadow of Revan, plus 2,400 cartel coins, plus 60 days of playtime, subscription time. And if you go and check that out on SWTOR.com right now, it's being offered at a 40% discount, so it might be a good
wow.
time to resub.
Great.
Awesome.
Yep. Somebody was saying in the chat room the strongholds. The strongholds are a really fun part of the game, and they are huge. They're enormous. Yeah, just as sort of your garrison is big in WoW. It's even a little bigger than the garrisons in that, and it takes time to unlock the whole thing. You have to sort of pay extra credits as you get on. But so here in my
Yes, let's see.
Tatooine stronghold, this is just the one balcony. This is me looking
my
over
gosh.
the balcony to the rest of the stronghold. So you can see I've got some Revan statues that I've set up down there. But
Just a few.
they're all like looking at the balcony.
Wow.
It's like a Revan
Don't
graveyard
blink.
out there.
Yeah. Don't blink.
Don't
Oh,
blink.
wait.
Yeah.
Wrong show.
So there's yeah. They're not covering their eyes. There.
Okay, good.
But yeah, all of this is decoratable. All of these are areas where you can put different mounts
Ooh.
and large decorations and small decorations. And here I'll jump off down there. So it is quite big.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, did you just die?
Yeah,
He did.
you can die. But you just pop right back up the top. I'm back.
Oh.
Yeah, we totally saw that. We totally saw him die, guys. Like,
Yeah, we jump. It's required to jump off of everything.
Yes.
Well, right.
Ooh.
oh my
That
god,
sounds
this
You
is
jump
like
off of
a
all the
brilliant
things.
plan. I must
Yeah.
Right,
jump
me
off
too.
of all the things all the time. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
So let's see. Back to news. Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
so
we gotta stay on topic.
we've
Day
got a
on
bunch of
target.
in-game events that have been really fun. I'll talk about my favorite, which is the rat ghouls. So, rat ghouls are like zombies. It's like a zombie plague that hits Star Wars every once in a while, and it now they've done a great job. It moves from planet to planet, and the infection breaks out, and a lot of the NPCs start coming down with the rat ghoul plague, and then you have a whole bunch of dailies and quests and weeklies, and you're trying to get rep and rewards and all that kind of stuff. So rat ghouls is one of my favorite that comes around periodically, but there's a whole bunch of other ones. There's a few others. There's the Gree, Bounty Contract Weeks, and Life Day.
The Gree
What's
is
your
my
favorite?
favorite. That's
Is
the
it?
one where
Mhm.
the Gree come to they come to town to study us, and they set it up so that they put down extra mobs and an operations boss and stuff, and then they test and study how we interact with them and what it takes to kill them and stuff, and it's
Oh, wow.
a lot of fun.
How
This-
fun! No, there's gonna be this massive patch for me to download. You guys.
So start after raid tonight, so it'll be done when you get up tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to at this rate.
This
That would
decoration
say
that I'm
she's gonna
showing.
go to bed tonight. Go ahead.
Yeah, stay up all night. This decoration that I'm showing is that theme from the Gree and from Terror from Beyond, one of the operations. It's like a digital Tron theme. The whole
Yeah.
theme of the operation, and the armor that you can get off of it. It's super cool. So it's awesome. It's something I've not seen. It's sort of an art style I've not seen in any MMO, which makes me really excited about it. So that is another one of my favorites.
Very cool.
It reminds me just a little bit. I don't know if you ever played Anarchy Online, but it's got a little bit of that flavor to it. It's really awesome.
Yeah. And of course, we've had a couple big things going on. We just had an expansion. So, somebody, you want to do the rundown for Shadow of Revan, and I'll go to Rishi while you talk.
Okay, cool. So yes, what Max said is correct. We did have recently the new expansion is called Shadow of Revan, and if you played Knights of the Old Republic, or KOTOR as it's known, then you're familiar with Revan, because in that game you play as Revan, and in this expansion Revan is a major player in it, and it's a story that follows on from KOTOR. It doesn't replay any part of KOTOR. And it introduces 2 new planets or moons. One is Rishi, which is kind of a jungle type area, and like Max said earlier, it has a little pirate town, and it's all wooden ramps and wooden buildings, but at the same time it also has these laser lights and stuff, so it has the Star Wars galaxy look, but it's also kind of a treehouse look too. It's really cool. There's a new operation there called the Ravagers, where you basically take over a pirate ship, and then to help this guy get his ship back, and then he betrays you in the end, and you have to turn around and kill him.
Of
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Curse your
a
sudden but
pirate.
inevitable betrayal. Yeah.
Right? Pirate.
So this is
Totally.
Rishi. So I'm on Rishi in the main town. Smuggler's Cove is the town, and the art style here reminds me of it's a cross between Pirates and Blade Runner. You know,
Yeah.
got a little Blade Runner theme
Yeah.
with buildings and
A little bit of booty bitty.
yeah, exactly. A little bit of Booty Bay because there's it's got the piers and the water, and so this is a very cool art style.
That's great art style. I love it.
And then what's that? You can go on to the second planet, and I'll go to Yavin while you do that. So I'll do the video tour.
So
he's doing the showing, you're doing the telling.
Is a moon, I guess, of Yavin. It's Yavin 4. It's actually an awesome-looking place. When you first land there, the spaceport where you land is up high, so you look out over the tops of the trees. So it looks like a scene right out of one of the movies. And there is a new ops there called Temple of Sacrifice, and that is where you fight a person that I won't mention.
Spoilers. But yes, that's sort of the culmination of the story.
That sounds fun though. That you can't even talk about it because it's real, and that is so cool. I think
these are Temple Sacrifice. We have 2 modes of operations. They're called story mode and hard mode, and there's actually a third mode, nightmare mode, but they are not out yet.
Nightmare Moon.
What's that?
No.
Like Nightmare Moon?
No, Nightmare Mode.
Aww.
Like Edna Mode. No, I'm kidding.
In Temple of Sacrifice, the story mode fights are actually, not the first one, but the second one and on are actually fun and challenging. Well,
quite challenging.
Yeah.
At level, at the gear starting level, they're hard.
Yeah. So that's a good challenge every week. Of course, there's guilds that have made it through Temple of Sacrifice.
Oh, sure.
But those, they are.
We practically have. Sure, we haven't done the last fight yet. But...
We haven't done the last boss in there, but we have it on farm already.
Yeah, we count it as on farm.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
We're pretty sure it's on farm.
Well, and in fact, the second and third bosses are supposed to be much harder than the fourth and fifth, and now we have the second and third down. So this is Yavin that I'm on here. So if you look over, you sort of look out. It's like temple ruins and some jungle, and then you'll see a spaceship come flying down. This totally reminds me of landing on Endor in episode 6. It's just very cool looking.
Yeah, that. Dang it.
It's gorgeous.
I know.
So back in here, there's the big temple in the back of this whole planet is where you do the epic Temple of Sacrifice instance and the fights associated with that. Let's see, can I help myself? See, hi, I'm calling in from Yavin. It's nice here.
Oh my god.
70 degrees and sunsets.
This is what happens if you don't come in for the live show, guys. It's the amazing green screen effect of Max against the backdrop of Yavin 4. It's insane.
I know, he's making me want to turn my desk around and paint a wall green. Because forget about it.
Yeah, this is hilarious. Let's see. I'm so distracted. What else?
Well, actually, we already touched on the strongholds a little bit, but we'll mention too that they now have guild flagships, of which we have one on the Empire side and one on the Republic side, and those are pretty awesome too. They're again very large, and you can put decorations in them, and you can actually use them to move about the galaxy. So, like, we can move the flagship. And then we can summon people. We don't need the flagship for this, but having a flagship gives us the ability to summon people, places, which is completely new for SWTOR because, we were, one of our running jokes in the beginning was, where's our lock? Can you summon us?
Exactly.
Now we
right, McCullough?
Yeah. Oh my god, that drove me crazy. I'm like, how do you do... Yeah. It's a good thing they fixed that because that was made it difficult to do much.
So this is it. This is our guild. No, not that one. In my face.
There we go.
This is the guild flagship. It's an entire Imperial destroyer.
Oh wow.
The guild, and you can see. I mean, we've only got a couple things decorated here, but there's like this. We put a couple mounts just hanging out here. We've got set up a lounge in the back. We set up an area where it's got the GTN, which is basically our auction house terminal.
I see it suffers from the funness that all SWTOR suffers from in that space is big, so let's take up as much of it as we can with our building. things.
It's huge,
yeah.
and we've only unlocked probably 20% of the
Whoa!
membership, and it's
Think
enormous.
about the visual of a Star Destroyer or a Super Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
They are massive.
Yeah,
They really are.
It's very cool. So we've got like the guild bank in here, and this again is set up so you can customize it and move anything around. So this was all set up. I think Pal set this up originally.
Oh, Max.
Nice job.
Bring in a mailbox, the guild bank, your personal bank access is in here. Your legacy storage. So we have legacy storage now where we've got a bunch of bank tabs where you can put stuff in that all your characters can get.
I think you have mail.
Yeah, and we've got the slot machines. This was the whole thing. These are actually working slot machines. You buy tokens, and you have a chance of winning rare prizes like an Imperial Walker mount. That's the rare prize.
Yes, very rare chance.
Nothing like gambling in an MMO. I love it.
Exactly.
Yay!
So that's this current state of the game, which is awesome. And so we to sort of wrap it up, we just wanted to touch on a couple things coming out this year that we're pretty excited about. They're starting to post their developer roadmap for the year. They're going to add. So they've been doing the content patches. If you think about a game like WoW, the expansion is huge. It's a huge amount of content. The content updates and the patches, the expansions for Star Wars aren't as big, but they come more often. So we just had Shadow of Revan in December. We're going to have another planet that's added with a continuation of the story, sort of like another mini expansion coming out before in the first half of the year, probably towards June. They're adding a new system to the game called the Outfit Designer in April, which we don't know exactly what that is, but we'll be talking about it when it comes out.
Sounds awesome, though.
Yeah, so that's that. We're all excited to figure out what that is. What else, Seema? I know we had a couple other things. Oh.
I think you said new story arc, but I think it's a continuation of the story arc they started with this X-Pack, which, after we kill the guy that we're not going to say that actually releases this other guy who's an even bigger problem for the galaxy, and that's kind of the cliffhanger that we're at right now. So the story will continue, around April, spring sometime.
Well, anybody jumping in now is going to have a lot to catch up with anyway, so
most definitely.
Yeah.
And the new planet is Ziost, and so that's where the story arc is going to take us. So there's been a lot of speculation on what we'll be doing there, but looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Yay!
They're going to add another stronghold. There's a bunch of PvP seasons for ranked PvP that go on, and a bunch of cool stuff like that. Oh, and they're adding a new playable race. So we've got...
Oh, really?
The Togruta.
And if you don't know what the Togruta are, then that means you're a normal person.
Yeah, like I have no idea.
But they are, they're humanoid, and they have very striking markings on their face, and they have Leku, which are like the head tendrils, and then they have actually also two sort of hollow horns, I forget what they're called, mantels or something, that come up on top of their head. So they're very striking looking. Beautiful.
So you finally got Draenei?
Ashoka, is that her name? In
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Star Wars, the animated series.
Clone Wars.
In Clone Wars. That's her name.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
She's at Togruta. So you'll be able to play
Oh,
Togruta.
very
Yeah, you're right.
cool.
Yeah, gorgeous race.
Yeah. So the markings and the whole sort of paint thing that they've got going on should be pretty cool looking.
Awesome.
So it's been a blast. It's very fun. But I think I'd encourage anyone to just jump in, being free to play with all the games. With Lotro, I love being able to jump into Lotro, to Star Trek. I think that's a great thing about some of these free to play models is just being able to bounce around. So we definitely have that. Oh, look, there's Atlas behind me on the guild ship. He is one of our other officers.
If somebody in the AIE guild or even outside the guild is looking to join you guys, what do they need to do to get into the guild and join you guys in SWTOR?
So the easiest thing to do is jump in on Jedi Covenant is our server. and /cjoin is how you join a chat channel, /cjoin AIELFO. You get into that channel, and for Star Wars, we've got it set up with a starter rank because we're a little bit smaller. It's easier to manage. You have a starter rank. You don't need an application, and there's no minimum level, so you can come in at level 1, check in with us.
Fun!
We'll
I
grab
love
you.
that.
Great.
So you can get advice right from the beginning, no pressure, all that good stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an experience bonus too for being part of the guild. So we certainly didn't want to have to delay people and make them, level up levels without the experience bonus. So that helps too.
Perfect. Definitely does help.
Apple's is showing off his speeder there.
Yeah, he's got
I was gonna say, is he driving a speeder in your ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can all.
Well, yeah,
They're so big. Like,
You
he's got
need a
chocobo.
speeder. I like to imagine, trams and stuff in those Star Destroyers and such, entire neighborhoods. Yeah, there's got to be.
There, he's doing a dance. He's also the master
Awesome.
Nice.
in Star Wars. That's called the No Bones dance. There's a whole bunch of dances you can unlock. You either buy them off the GTN or they come out of the cartel packs.
Cool.
There must be like 50 of them in the game now. Oh, look at everybody.
Oh, there's
Pel?
Inebrius. That's Pel.
Pel is there. And,
Emperor Palpatine.
and
Yes.
Middle, who has every character slot that's possible in SWTOR filled up with a max level character.
Wow.
Insane. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, they just found their favorite part of AIE. That's all.
Exactly.
right.
Now, how
And
many
you guys
people
also-
have that in WoW? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I know people do it in all the MMOs, but I
Right.
think it's
Yeah.
22 character slots in
Oh, jeez.
Holy crud.
so
Wow.
so it's pretty extreme. Everybody's
So they can get in at level 1, and then if
Yep.
they want to become a full-time member or get promoted, then basically they put in an Umami application. Once that gets approved, jump back in the channel and say, "Hey, I'm here and I'm approved," and then they can get into the full-time membership.
Exactly. And
Awesome.
of course, we want them to be an Umami. You can't get on Mumble until you have an Umami account and you're registered as an account. For anybody
And
coming from
hang-
another game, it's easy just to add a character, but we'll walk them through
Yeah.
that. The
Awesome.
new website is Cav has done a great job on that. We've got our Star Wars page as part of that. Encourage
Right.
everybody to go check those out too, and there's notes there on how to join.
Yay! How to join? Okay.
Right.
So, we asked a question of the week. And so it was, what is your favorite battle cry phrase for a raid wipe or a call? Like banana hammock, which we have totally never heard of before. So, people have answered.
So, Mehmet, well, first of all, he kind of giggles at the safe word because I caused it, I think. He said he loves At Noogie Nights and Dojo of Awesome. Break out the Charmin because there's a wipe.
And Spree says it's floor tanking time.
Taka Mikazuch says, I believe the one that is used with Dojo of Awesome is the best. Bust out the Charmin, it's a wipe.
It's popular.
And Sparrow says, I push the button so you can push the button.
Nice. All right, and Rado Zato, evidently in a secret world, it's I blame the dragon, which is shortly followed by others substituting the Illuminati or the Templars.
And for next week, we have a new question because that's how these questions of the week work. And the question is, what is your favorite Star Wars quote?
It has to be one favorite?
That's
Just
the way
one.
the question works. It doesn't say questions of the week.
You came in that thing. You're braver than I thought. Dang it! It's hard.
Right?
Right?
It's a trap! Okay, so that's our show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, we want to thank Summer and Max again for joining us. Thank you guys. It was a great show.
Thank you so
having
much,
us.
guys.
Thank you.
If you have questions or a comment about our show, You can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Aludra is at Aludra_AIE. McCullough is at Cyberwave. And Tetsemi is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us on the website at theaiepodcast.com. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all the great AIE member segments we received, including Ask a Magus, wow, I can't speak, ODN, and Ask Miss Mulgra.
Next week, we'll be talking to Abavan about Final Fantasy XIV. So until then, this is Aludra.
This is McCullough.
This is Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Yay! There we go.
Awesome.
Woo!
All
You
right.
guys
Okay.
So, show titles.
Well, we have Sybil with Fatally Falling for Reverend Statues, or my personal favorite, Green Screening Yavin to the Max.
Nice.
Svotor hopes the new expansion gets a stronghold on
All
you.
of you. Nice.
That is very good.
Apollos says, if Max says awesome, I start singing Everything is Awesome.
I think that was a statement, maybe not a show title. I'm not certain.
I don't know.
No, that's a fact. That's what.
No,
okay.
he's not
It's a
kidding.
fact,
It's
yeah.
a fact. Yeah.
That's.
So it's a
Don't say bird.
immediate
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah, you
Right?
can't say bird, and if you say awesome, which I appreciate, Apollos is the officer of awesome, so that's.
Yes,
There
he
you
is.
go.
Perfect.
All right. Well, as you are the guest, you guys get to pick which title you would like on the show.
What do you think, Seema?
I like the Stronghold one.
Ooh.
All right. I will grab that and borrow that from Mew. Mew, thank you very much. And we are done. Thank you guys very much. This is awesome.
And
you,
everything is
chat room.
awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Yeah, thanks so much. This was always fun.
Everything is awesome.
Your setup, Max, is out of control.
Yes, it is.
Very jealous.
I had to borrow
I know.
my sister does a little bit of she did some training work and video recording of her training work, and she had this green screen, so I went and bought it. And she's got like this special lighting, and
Nice. It's awesome.
that's why I was
It
late
is.
getting into the.
I don't think you
Hangout.
should give it back to her. I think you should just keep it.
I put it in
yeah.
techno.
I'll just go. She ordered it off Amazon, so I'll just go get my own. Yep.
There you go.
Let her know that you're certain she's missed a birthday or two, and you'll take that as, makeup.
There you go.
I keep cracking up when I look over and see myself on Narshada.
I know, right?
I know.
The great part about it too is you don't have to do any housekeeping before you do a podcast. You can just put the green screen up behind you.
Exactly. That is
Why
a
do
big
you-
benefit.
Why do
Yeah.
you think we use these white screens behind us?
Yeah.
So you can't see the mess that I've made in the guild kitchen, literally making a strawberry strata for tomorrow.
And I'm dancing with everybody on the guild shit. This is
Oh, Max.
I love that. That is the best.
All right, guys. I am going to bring the podcast broadcast down. So